America stands at a crossroads, a nation divided yet yearning for leaders who can unite, or conquer, the political battlefield. Tim Walz and J.D. Vance, two names making waves in conversations about 2024. But who are they really? Could they become the vice presidents of Donald Trump and Kamala Harris? And what would that mean for the future of America? Buckle up, because this is the story you can't afford to miss. First up, Tim Walz, a name you might not hear on every street corner, but in Minnesota, he's a household figure. The current governor and a former congressman, Walz's political resume reads like a manual on progressive leadership. But let's rewind for a second. Did you know he started his career as a high school teacher? Yeah, imagine your history teacher running a state. And here I thought the most responsibility a teacher had was managing a classroom, not balancing a $50 billion state budget. Walz is known for his pragmatic, get-things-done attitude. He handled Minnesota's COVID response with policies that were both praised and criticized. But here's the kicker, Walz isn't your typical Democratic leader. He's also a 24-year veteran of the National Guard, a credential that earns him bipartisan respect in a time when unity feels like a forgotten dream. So, could Walz's military background make him a strong VP pick for Kamala Harris? Or does it push him too far toward the center for the Democratic base? Hold that thought, we'll come back to it. Switching gears to J.D. Vance, author, venture capitalist, and a political powerhouse in the making. If you haven't read Hillbilly Elegy, you've probably heard the buzz about it. The book catapulted Vance from small-town Ohio to national stardom, becoming a symbol of middle America's struggles. But here's the plot twist. This Yale-educated lawyer is now a fiery Republican senator. And he's not shy about ruffling feathers. How does a guy go from writing a memoir about poverty to potentially being Trump's right-hand man? Is that the American dream or just really good branding? Vance has been called Trump's protege, embracing populist ideals while championing the Rust Belt's resurgence. His sharp critiques of big tech and globalism resonate with millions, but critics call him a flip-flopper. Is J.D. Vance a rising conservative star, or a wild card that Trump might not want to gamble on? And here's the million-dollar question, would Trump choose someone as outspoken as Vance, or does he need a loyalist who won't overshadow him? Stick around to find out. Vice presidents are more than second fiddles, they're the heartbeat of a campaign's strategy. Just think about Joe Biden's connection to working-class voters in 2008 or Mike Pence shoring up Trump's evangelical base in 2016. So, what are Harris and Trump looking for this time? Maybe someone who can survive Twitter wars and TikTok trends without a meltdown? That's a skill set we don't talk about enough. For Harris, a Tim Walz pick could signal a move toward moderation, appealing to independents and swing voters. For Trump, J.D. Vance's fiery rhetoric might energize his base, but could it alienate centrists? The stakes couldn't be higher. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Both Walz and Vance bring unique advantages, but they also come with risks. Walz might struggle to excite the progressive left. Vance's brashness could be a liability in a high-stakes election. And the big question remains, are either of them ready for the relentless spotlight of a national campaign? Imagine Vance in a VP debate with Kamala Harris. Sparks would fly, or maybe an entirely new meme format would be born. So, are these two political contenders the future vice presidents of the United States? Or will unexpected names emerge from the shadows to steal the spotlight? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, the race for 2024 is shaping up to be unlike anything we've seen before. But let's zoom out for a second. Why does any of this matter to you? Because vice presidents often shape the direction of the administration in subtle yet powerful ways. Think about it, Biden's long-standing influence on Obama's foreign policy, or Dick Cheney's role in shaping post-9/11 America. These are not just ceremonial positions, they're key players in crafting the policies that affect our daily lives. So while you're scrolling through TikTok or ordering that late-night DoorDash, just remember, who sits in the VP's chair might impact everything from student loan policies to healthcare and even international peace. And in an era of rapid change, where every decision feels like it could tip the balance of the country, the role of the vice president has never been more crucial. Walz and Vance may not be household names yet, but their influence could shape the trajectory of a generation. The contrasting stories of Walz and Vance also reveal something deeper about the political fabric of America. On one side, you have Walz, the steady, experienced leader who believes in collaboration and compromise. On the other, Vance, an insurgent voice for a new conservative movement, ready to challenge the status quo. These two figures embody the choice facing America today: continuity versus disruption, pragmatism versus passion. And here's the twist: what if the country doesn't want either? What if the next political revolution is brewing in the grassroots, waiting to break through? Stick around, because the road to 2024 is full of surprises. As the election inches closer, the political stage becomes a battlefield of ideas, personalities, and visions for the future. Walz and Vance might seem like opposites, but they share one thing in common: the belief that their leadership can make America stronger. Whether you agree with them or not, their stories remind us of the power of conviction, and the responsibility we all have to stay informed and engaged. So, here's a question for you: are you ready to be part of that future? Or are you just going to sit back and let others decide for you? Think about it. And while you're at it, hit that subscribe button. You won't want to miss what's next. Next week, we'll take a deep dive into the wild card candidates who could shake up the VP conversation. Names you haven't heard yet but need to know. Trust me, it's going to blow your mind. Until then, stay curious, stay informed, and remember, every election is a turning point. Let's make it count.